Hello, everyone. Hello, how are you doing? How's your Friday, son dears? How you been? Unfortunately, you are going to have to make do with just me tonight. Oh well, it's just me. Welcome back, son dears. Welcome back. Hello. Welcome to Racist Bar. Welcome to TheCensorBar. Welcome. Is it Friday the 13th? No, it's not. It's Friday the 10th. Don't lie to me. We already had a Friday the 13th, I think a couple of weeks ago. I think so. I can't remember. I think it was in either February or in March. Well, whatever the case is, like I said, it's just me today. Unfortunately, Mike's a little busy with personal matters. I'm not sure if Amrul is going to join us after the ad break. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to make do with the leftovers. How's that? February and March had 13th Fridays. Oh, really? Both months? God damn. Currently playing Cursed Halo. Many hee-hoos are being had. Cursed Halo, is that a game or is that like a mod for the Halo game? By the way, how's your week, everybody? How was your weekend last week? How was your week after that? Everybody having a good time? Everybody still living, surviving? Mod at Halo to be evil. Oh, I see. A mod by Inferno Plus. I see. Man, Halo used to be good. Halo used to be great. You know, ironically, I think it's just a couple of days ago, I was watching like old Halo cutscenes. Just to relive the old times, before, Bungie went to shit. Microsoft then turned Halo to shit. God damn. Oh, man. Remember playing Halo 2 on the Xbox. I remember my first Xbox was the Halo 2 version. I think it was the transparent one, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I remember playing Halo 2 on the Xbox, and I kept playing. What was that? Was it High Charity? What was the level that when you first landed on Earth in Halo 2? I forgot what that level was. It ended with you fighting the Scarab at the end. I remember playing Halo 2 on the PS2. Okay, that's how you know a fake fan. You fake fan. Everything's going to shit. It's up to us to repair it all. Yep, agreed. That's why we have the bar. Everybody comes here, everybody chips in, everybody speaks their mind. I remember playing Halo 1 on like the N64. This is a real thing, actually. You lying, sir. Halo 2 on the PS2? There's no... You don't one guy me, man. That's not real. That is not real. Halo 2 was an Xbox exclusive. Was it not the was it not like the Xbox game? Wasn't it like Game of the Year? Or like the like before Game of the Year was a thing? Oh my god. Always remember, we are in the timeline where the world has figured out how to cure different kinds of cancer. Well, isn't that like a, what do you call it, conspiracy theory? We cured COVID in like, what, 6 months, 4 months? Quote unquote cured. But, cancer? Ooh, no. Everybody put on your tinfoil hats, everybody. We got enough to go around. I seriously couldn't comprehend it, but I got to play it on the PS2. Okay, was it like a modded PS2? I feel like you're one guy, me man. I feel like you're taking me on a ride, taking advantage of my gullibleness. My propensity to believe you. God damn. Anyway. Yeah. Yep. Oh, man, Halo used to be great. Ugh. And then wasn't the correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Halo the Master Chief Collection the one where they had Halo 1, 2, and 3? Well, not really. 3, I do believe 3 was not remastered, but like Halo 1, 2, and 3, it started with like an opening cutscene of the Arbiter talking to Locke. And at the time, you didn't know who Locke was. And it was like revealed that, oh, he's hunting the Master Chief. And then there was if you did the camp, if you finished, I think, I'm not sure if you finished the campaign or if you could access the second cutscene where they shared Locke shared information to the Arbiter about bringing the Master Chief into custody, and then it ends with like the hangar door opening, and they're getting ready for a battle. And then that was it back then. That was before Halo 5 was a thing. And everybody was like excited for what Halo 5 could be. And then Halo 5 released. And it turned out to be a fucking disappointment. Oh shit. God damn it, son. God damn it. An era of gaming where you owned it rather than leasing it. Yeah. Halo 4 was ass. Well, I mean, it was the first game after, after Bungie left. No, after Bungie. I think after Microsoft bought the Halo franchise from Bungie. And so, people had their hopes up, myself included, and it turned out to be But Halo 5, god damn, son, Halo 5, what a fucking disappointment. Okay, is it just me? Do you guys like games where you swap playing from a character that you're used to a secondary character, and for like a good chunk of the game? Like, an example of what I don't mean is like Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, where you get to play as like the Dead or Alive girls, or like the Team Ninja girls, Rachel, Momiji, Ayane, but you only play them for like a level each. So it's kind of like you're dipping your toes into their specific levels, with a lot of fan service, Ninja Gaiden, beautiful. But what I'm talking about is like games where you are forced to play another character that's not the main character for a good chunk of the game. Talking like God of War Ragnarok did that. I think the Last of Us 2 absolutely did that with Abby. Requiem is another one that's more recent. What's another game that did that? I'm not sure about Metal Gear Solid, but if it did that, but games like that, where it's not just for like a small portion of the game where you dip your toes into the perspective of another character. No, it's a complete 180 where you play as a completely different character that is nothing like the main character. Or at the very least, you're following a character that's not the character that's supposed to be the character you play as throughout the game. And what I mean is, in Halo 5, you played as Locke for like, I think, half of the game, if not slightly more. You did play as Master Chief in the beginning, and it was cool and all. And then they just bait and switched you. I hate that shit. I personally hate that shit, but what do you think? I personally do not like it when the game forces you to play another character that's not on the cover, or not the title of the game. My God, man. Requiem. Yeah, well, Requiem is like I said, Requiem was the more recent example where you play as Leon, and then you play, I believe her name was Grace. For me, even though the game was fantastic, I didn't play it myself, but I've seen people play it, and even though a lot of people are saying that the game's great, and from what I've seen, the game does look pretty fantastic, but I personally do not like that concept where you swap between two characters. I don't know. For me, it kind of feels like it just ruins the flow of the gameplay. What do you think? Am I just being picky? Hmm. Hmm. I like the game, but I don't really approve the character swap too. Okay, interesting. Yeah, just me. For me, it kind of feels like I think one of the more egregious examples that I ran into in recent times was the God of War, because you played as Kratos for like a good chunk of the game, but there are some parts where you play as Atreus, the son, and his gameplay is completely different. It's so fucking weak, so fucking, what do you call it? Not passive, but you feel like a fucking glass board walking around, so fragile, so soft. I don't want to play as Atreus, I want to play as Kratos. And then they just swapped you, and they forced you to play like an entire fucking, multiple levels like that. And I'm like, come on, man. Additionally, we're seeing the downfall of AAA companies, which includes Hollywood, like dying dinosaurs in a tar pit. They're rather loud as they sink into oblivion. Huzzah for indie games. Yeah, exactly. It's coming. It's coming. The what do you call it? The games industry crash is coming. It's coming. And the only reason it cannot be stopped is because the people who want it to not happen the most, i.e. the AAA industry, they don't want the game industry crash to happen, but they're the ones who are going to cause it with their own hubris, with their overpriced games and their over-budgeted game production and their lack of customer support. Or should I say support from customers, because we're tired of buying shit that don't work, that's uninteresting, that slaps some stupid fucking ideology in our faces. We just want fun games, man. Like, you could slowly build into it. Well, okay, interesting. Hollywood bubble is about to burst too. Really, I'm not too familiar with the Hollywood bubble, except maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, is it because AI is like supposedly supposed to take over the actors and the writers and whatnot? Is that what it is? Or is it because... Is it for like similar reasons to the AAA industry, where every one of these corporate entities are huffing their own farts, like keeping themselves in a bubble, telling each other that, yeah, what you're making, it's gold, son, it's gold. It smells like feces, it looks like feces, it tastes like feces, but it's gold. And then nobody comes to watch the movies, and then they just lose money. Is that why the Hollywood crash is coming? Because I understand that that's one of the major reasons why the gaming industry crash is coming. Because games are just getting more and more expensive to the point where it's completely unaffordable to the average individual, the average gamer. And then you got these massive gaming budgets that for no reason reach hundreds of millions of dollars. Because... what, investor? I don't think investors, but within the AAA industry, everybody just tells each other it's this expensive when there's no evidence or reason for it to be that expensive. Take over the actors, no one will watch it. What's this? AI is one of the reasons, but it's because California is too high to make movies and not enough money earned from movies bombing. Oh, okay, so it's like a discrepancy between how much is spent and how much is made back. Okay, interesting. By the way, Shining In, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. You and everyone else just joined us. Sorry for not mentioning earlier. In lieu of the Hollywood tidbit, it's in relation to the outlook of great story you got there. I can make it better, especially for video game adaptations. I think I saw recently like a commentary or a comment, I can't remember, of like the Hollywood industry, how everyone is just playing it safe because they're afraid to try something new. Like back then, in the 90s and the 80s, we used to get like original stories, like Jurassic Park. What were the three movies that released in the same year? I believe Jurassic Park, Forrest Gump, The Shawshank Redemption. You know, we used to get movies that explored stories, creativities, the original Lord of the Rings adaptations, the Harry Potter adaptations. What do you call it? Star Wars. And then now the commentary was basically saying that nowadays the Hollywood industry is too afraid to try something new because they're afraid of failure. So they whatever it is that they want to make sure that there's an audience for it, no matter how dwindling it is. And then which is why everyone's sticking to like what do you call it? Superhero movies. They call it what? Superhero slop or something. Not that nobody is interested in superhero movies. It's just that the recent ones in the past like decade, ever since Endgame, have been like woke shit, woke slops. You know, like just uninteresting. It's just disrespectful to the source material. It's written with ideology and for the modern audiences. You know, it stopped being fun. You know, you had movies like back in the day, you got like Casino. What was another one that recently that came out that was one of the more different ones from Martin Scorsese? Was it the Italian? I'm not sure. But, you know, something that's not superhero slop or something. Star Trek, for example, now has new management after the 5-year failures of wokeness into that franchise. Even the original actors expressed enough. Really? I know that there was that. What was it? Was it Amazon backed? I can't remember. But there was a Star Trek like a TV show. It's currently being produced, Starfleet Academy, if I'm not wrong. And what the fuck is that? What is happening? Granted, I only watched the J.J. Abrams remake of Star Trek. I liked the first two movies. I thought the third movie was shit. The one where Idris Elba was like the villain. And then I think there's just been nothing after that, and then now there's this Starfleet Academy show that apparently is so poor it did worse than like mid-tier YouTube channels. Like, for all the money that was spent on producing the series, it's got like a total of 400,000 views. Like, whoa, whoa. That's bad. But that's probably why they don't want you knowing the numbers, you know? No one cares about what actor plays what role and turned into, oh, I remember that scene from my favorite movie. Let me read that again. 40K viewership per episode. Yeah, something like that. It's insane. It's fucking insane. It's horrible, dude. It's rightfully horrible because nobody's interested in this shit. My God, man. You spit on all of these old franchises and their fans, and you wonder why nobody watches this nonsense. I swear to God. My God. No one cares about what actor plays what role and turned into, oh, I remember that scene from my favorite movie. Oh, I see what you mean. Like, actors used to have like a bigger impact in the movies that they played. I think I agree with that statement. Like, for example, Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. You mean something like that, right? Like Sigourney Weaver as what was her name? Ripley. Mm-hmm. It's the manga versus comics things all over again. Well, I mean, back then, manga and comics used to be fantastic mediums of their own, each having their moment of well, I was going to say creativity, but more than that, they each were great. And it was healthy competition because both were great. Each side was trying to one up each other to be better. You know, both manga and comics back then had so much culture. You know, like the I wouldn't say, would originality be the right word to say? It's more like they're interesting because they each represented different perspectives and beliefs. You know, it's like the I remember like Marvel comics, like the X-Men comics. Stan Lee used to say that the X-Men comics were his way of addressing like racism in America, but it was done so in a way that was creative and was not like virtue signaling. It was just his way of expressing American culture, um, with how the mutants and the humans tried to coexist and the conflicts that they had. And then now, but you know, in today's day and age, everyone's just gay. You know, there was heart in the stories in American comics. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, manga and anime should make a return to classical book adaptations as they had in the late 70s and 80s. Big surge in audience participation. In fact, I think there's a lot of, what do you call it, demand for things to go back to like how things were in the 80s when it comes to creativity. Now you see a lot of like or maybe it's just me, maybe it's just nuance, but I've been running into a lot of like Neon Genesis Evangelion posts, Ghost in the Shell, like the original Ghost in the Shell posts. What was another anime that I ran into that was from a long time ago? Like the original Card Captor Sakura. But that was like in probably late 90s. You know, maybe it's just me. Is it just me that's been running into these? But it kind of feels like there's this want to go back in time. Where Demon Slayer was outselling all the comics and comic people were throwing a fit. Oh yeah, I remember that. I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago during like COVID. Something about how Demon Slayer alone outsold or made more profits than the entire American comic industry combined. But you know, we now know why it failed. But if you were to say 5 years ago that the reason why comics were failing was because of DEI and woke bullshit, you'd be called a conspiracy theorist before being called a Nazi, a bigot, homophobe, whatever, Istanphobes, you know. But the market spoke. As an animator, I'm sure you're hesitant to do cel-shaded animation, for animation is hard work. Yep. Cel-shaded with like real paint. I can't imagine myself doing that. I'll probably like, what's the word for it? Die from stress with how much work it requires. But I think, well, the cel animation has a certain vibe to it that I think is impossible to replicate in 2D. Like you can attempt to try and imitate it, but to replicate it, I don't think so, because the limitations of cel shaded animation was what gave it its grittiness. You know what I'm saying? It's like it gave it that texture, for lack of a better term. 2D animation nowadays, digital animation, is very clean. And when you attempt to imitate the vibes of a cell shaded animation, you just can't do it because it's too clean, no matter how dirty you try to do it. It's just my personal opinion. All I know is my story is to take people on an adventure and create characters people can't help but get attached to. Yeah, I mean, it also reflects, what do you call it, the audience as well. Like, you want an audience that's able to empathize in the sincerest sense. In other words, you want your audience to be the kind that is able to empathize with character, personality. You know, it's not empathy if you are demanding that a character look, speak, think, walk, dress exactly the way you do. That's not empathy, that's narcissism. And we had a lot of that going around in recent times in the creative world. It's usually these DEI writers, these, like, I mean, call me conspiracy theories, but every single one of these writers, in my observation, made like a self-insert of themselves into these main characters of popular franchises because they wanted the attention. What time is even this podcast? Well, now. Now until like another 1.5 hours. We try to keep it like 2 hours, Yeah, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought here. Yeah, it's like self-insert. Like, the goal should be to just create good characters, right? You want characters that are relatable, that are interesting, they have their flaws. You don't want to pander, because then the character stops being original. The character becomes, the existence of the character is only meant to check a list of things that it needs to be. And all of those things typically are not interesting. It's like a character is a certain color because it needs to be a certain color. It's got nothing to do with the story. Character thinks a certain way, believes a certain belief, has a certain sexuality, all because it needs to check a list rather than because it's what makes the character unique. You know what I'm saying? My God. Sorry, I'm a little thirsty. No one seems to complain when the game has you playing a specific character instead of a player-made one, like Mass Effect or Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 and 2. No one seems to complain when the game has you playing a specific character instead of a player-made one, like Mass Effect or Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. No one seems to complain when the game has you playing a specific character instead of playing a player-made one. I'm sorry. Could you expand on that? I don't think I'm getting what you're saying. Chewy smoking. I'm sorry. Could you expand on that? I'm sorry for the inconvenience. The reason why is because they can't make a story from scratch. They just use an already well-known brand and then use their ideas to change the narrative characters to satisfy the writer's own needs. Well, I think it's more than that. I think they know. They know that if they were to create what they wanted as a new IP, they know it's going to crash and burn. They know it's not going to sell. They know people will reject it. They know nobody will show up because their writing sucks. And so they hijack these popular IPs because the audience is already there. And then they take the most popular characters of these IPs and then choose them specifically to self-insert into. So that they know that their self-insert is what's getting the attention. Like they did that to what was that? Scooby-Doo's Velma. Out of all the fucking characters, they made Velma black. Why? Why? Well, not really black. It's like a person of color. Like why? Because the head writer, the lead writer, it was a self-insert of the lead writer. You know, why Velma? Why Shaggy? Why these two characters? Why make April O'Neil from TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Why was she the one that was turned into a person of color? Because she was the most sought out, she was the most popular character. It's always the popular characters that get twisted and turned into some fucking abomination. And by abomination, I don't mean a person of color. I mean some fucking poorly written piece of shit that is clearly written by someone that doesn't know how to write a character. It's so annoying. My God. Makes character black, makes them as unlikable as possible. What did they mean by this? No, okay. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. So they make the character black or a person of color to reflect some internal image of themselves or whatever insecurity that they have. Like, oh, this character has to be a person of color so that it looks like me, or because, you know, there's a lack of representation, so we gotta change. We gotta change that. And then, why did they make them unlikable? Well, they don't see it that way. They see this unlikable traits of the character as something that is like God written these characters. You know, people are definitely going to love these things because it's like a close reflection of what they are, the lead writers. And so that's why some of them feel personally attacked when you don't like the character, because by not liking the character, you're letting the lead writers know that they are not liked. That whatever ideologies and beliefs and whatever personalities that they have personally is not liked. You know, it's like who was the lead writer for Dragon Age Veilguard that wrote that she was also she wrote the character for Tash, which is that really, I'm gonna say, an ugly looking character that was supposed to be trans in a Dragon Age game. You know, it's like it turned out that the character was written as like a self-insert of the lead writer, and everybody did not buy it. Nobody liked it. It's insane. To her credit, she made Scrappy-Doo a celebrated hero for killing her in the series finale. Really now? Oh, well. Should have did that in episode 1, to be honest. Oh my God. Like children who cannot have a popular toy, they would rather see the toy destroyed than anyone else ever have it. Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting observation. Yeah, it's akin to that, isn't it? Right? Like everyone's giving this special toy the attention. And so either I'll take the toy and call it my own so people will come play with me, or nobody gets to play with the toy. That's interesting. That's an interesting observation. Oh my God. So annoying. So annoying. What other shows that happen? Like you play it only as same as in Metroid, and no one complains because there's no option to express yourself. Well, that's the funny thing about it, right? It's like when you play as a certain character, it's like a psychology thing. What was the pattern recognition for this? The idea is to self-project themselves onto the character, and so that's why a lot of these like games where you create your own character, they allow you to make your character like I believe it was Dragon Age Veilguard where the character creator did not allow you to have like big boobs or big ass, but it did allow you to have like top surgery scars and like what was it, Viltigo? The skin condition? Viltigo? And you know, if and it's the reason why they have these options put into it. It's so that the quote unquote modern audience is able to recreate themselves and then self-project themselves into these characters. But when you can't do that with a character creator within your video game, then what the next thing that they do is they self-project themselves onto characters that they want to claim for themselves. So they did that with Bayonetta. Remember how they wanted to say that she was an icon for like what, lesbians and bi people, and then how Samus was trans. That was the headlines going around from some article websites. And then what was another one? Somebody else that they tried to claim in a video game. I know there's one more, but it escapes me in the moment. I can't. The name escapes me, but basically examples like that, you know. They will claim a character for. Oh right, the Lollipop Chainsaw. Was it Lollipop Chainsaw Massacre? Or was it Lollipop Chainsaw? You know, the cheerleader who has like the head of her boyfriend hanging on her waist as she chainsaws zombies. You know, like, oh, Spider-Gwen is trans because of her color palette. Yeah, you know, things like that, you know, things like that. So the whole idea is self-projection. You know, these it's self-projection and what do you call it? Oh, shit, I'm losing my train of thought here. Self-projection. Like, if I can't make the character look like me, then I will claim the character to be me. That way, it's like it's always going to be about them. You know what I mean? Which is why characters can't be sexy, characters can't be straight, characters can't be what's another one? Feminine. As long as the character possesses traits that they don't want the character that they themselves villainize, they throw away a bitch fit. You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Am I being confusing? You gotta let me know because I'm as I speak, I'm having like two or three like different thoughts that I want to speak out. So I hope I'm not jumbling my words here. Am I being confusing? I hope not. If I do get confusing, do let me know. Well, I make video games fun when you can use them to make money or to send a message. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I can't remember who said it, but I heard a while back that the reason why games are the way they are today, or at least how games started was with people who wanted to create something fun, to enjoy, to express their creativity. And when these things took off and made money, what happens is the marketing department gets the credit for the games doing well, right? And it's the marketing executives that get promoted to positions of power that then change the direction of the game's production to be more money-centric than it is creative-centric. And so because of that, and you know, when that happens long enough, often enough, with enough of people, what happens is you get game companies like Activision, where every release has to be a $1 billion maker, and you got to make one every year. And every game is basically the same thing. It follows the same formula because it worked once. You know, live service, battle pass, microtransactions, loot boxes. You know, it's why they all overlap is because it's like a there's like a list, a checklist of what makes a game that makes money. And they all follow it. Like Bethesda, yeah, Bethesda's another example. Which is why most games nowadays seem so similar to each other, especially the ones that come out from like the AAA industry. Like, you know, the infamous examples are like Call of Duty, the basketball game, the FIFA game. The FIFA game is one of the worst examples. God damn, son. You know, it's just yearly release after yearly release. Just slap a new title, but play the same game. But we reset your battle pass. We reset your progress. Every dollar that you spent on the previous game cannot be carried over to the next game because fuck you. We want to make more money. It just works. Yeah, you know, like the recent releases with, what was it? Concord, High Guard, Marathon. All of these games feel so familiar, right? You might not be able to put it into words, but as a gamer, if you have played enough of games, you could sort of see the pattern in these games. The pattern recognition kicks in that tells you that this is just going to be another live service slop. Pattern recognition, the repetitive gameplay loop. You know how the battle pass is going to be designed. You know how the cosmetics would be monetized. You know how the gameplay loop is just going to get boring real quick. You can feel these things as a gamer. You might not be able to put it into words, but your experience that has been garnered through the games that we've played, you know, they raise flags. What in the world happened to Call of Duty? I thought I could just hate it for being repetitive, but then chasing the Fortnite trend just felt sad and embarrassing. Yeah, it's because Infinity Ward was bought out by Activision, right? And I think right now, the developers of Call of Duty, it's like a complete 180 of what they were before. I don't think it's the same people developing the game anymore, let alone people who are in the leadership positions, which, by the way, there's an article. You know, I'm glad we're talking about this because there's an article that I want to talk about today that actually covers this particular topic about how DEI encompassed more than we realized, or at least it's not surprising how big of a deal DEI was in the AAA gaming industry at its peak. And it basically just vindicates everybody that saw the writing on the wall and warned people that this was going to be bad for video games. Like it explains why everything sucked all at once. Well, Fortnite is dying, so fingers crossed they follow. Yeah, people get tired. The fallacy of making a live service game that lasts forever is that everything in the game becomes meaningless and useless because there's no end to the game. There's no value to something that doesn't end because it doesn't end. And so eventually what happens is people get tired. People get tired. There's no conclusion. There's no ending to the experience. And so it's just, people just move on. You know, games used to be one-off experiences that you carried with you for the rest of your life. And what gave these games meaning was the credit roll. knowing that you finished the experience, you witnessed a story from beginning to end. You know, you it's like because it ends, that's what gave it. It gave you a purpose to play because there was an end for you to reach. But what purpose is there to keep playing games that never end? You know, am I being confusing? I hope I'm not being confusing. And so, you know, like live services, they don't. I mean, it's fun to dip your toes into one, but everyone's got so little time nowadays. Everyone's only got so much time to commit to a video game that if every video game turns into a live service, it's you know, it's like you're competing to be that one live service that everybody plays. My God, man. Thus the indie scene that keeps rising. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And you know, my suspicion, this is something I feel like as gamers we need to be wary of. My suspicion is that the AAA industry understands that the indie scene is where it's at right now. They see the threat, but they're keeping quiet about it. And they're playing a very silent game to try and stifle, if not destroy, this indie competition. And one of the examples that I brought up, I think in an earlier episode, was the Nintendo lawsuit that they have against Pal World. How they're trying to, because they cannot beat Pal World in terms of sales and creativity, they're basically trying to own ideas and concept, therefore stopping anyone else from creating in the first place. So because Nintendo cannot create something, or rather because Nintendo refuses to create something more fun and interesting for gamers, and Pal World managed to do it, instead of actually creating something more fun and interesting for players to play, Nintendo would rather stop you from creating in the first place. And basically, what I mean is, if Nintendo wins the lawsuit against Pal World, then that would set a precedent to all these AAA industries that we can sue indie studios and indie developers if they create a game that challenges a game that we ourselves create in terms of concepts, ideas, and mechanics. And if the AAA industry is able to own the mechanics, that kills the indie scene. Imagine if Nintendo wins the patent that it's suing Pal World for catching monsters in balls, riding monsters, you know, or using monsters to battle each other. Imagine if it owned these three patents, these three ideas. Anyone in the future that wanted to create a Pokemon competitor would be fucked. Pal World, games like Pal World will not exist. And every other game that uses these like mechanics of like capturing monsters or riding monsters, like games like Monster Hunter Stories, they won't exist. You know? Imagine you create a game where cats battle each other. You're fucked. Monster Rancher? Fucked. You know, like Yu-Gi-Oh? Fucked. It's monsters fighting each other. Like everything just stops being created. I swear to God. My God. Oh, sorry. Okay, we're approaching the 1 hour mark soon. We're gonna be what do you call it? Going for an ad break in a few seconds. So usually we go for about a 3 to 5 minute ad break. Hopefully you guys don't get ads immediately right now as I'm talking. But we'll be right back in a few minutes. Please go grab a cup of water, go for some stretches, toilet break. We will be right back at BRB, everybody. This is to prevent pre-roll ads for everyone. So unfortunately, we got to watch like 3 minutes of ads. I'm not sure if it does play, but if it does, BRB. Hurrah! Welcome back. Sorry about that. Are we live? Are we actually live? Because Avril, Avril just okay. So Avril is joining us. However, he did say that he needs like a little bit of time because of like daylight savings or something. I'm not sure what that means. We don't have that here. But are we live? Because he's like, I don't see you guys online. Are you guys live? Am I being one guide by Avril? Are we actually live? Okay, I'm gonna go to the different sites now. Well, if we're not live, how are you guys responding on Twitch, right? YouTube and all that. We have to be live, right? I'm being one guide here. Okay. Yeah, watching the censor bar is specific type of audiences. Yep. Is live, but all the viewers are all bots. That's not surprising. That's not surprising. Speaking of which, did you? Okay, I'm not sure if there's anyone watching on Rumble, right? I think there are. You know, because our VODs on Rumble get a couple dozen views. I did not know that Rumble was struggling to keep our streams live. Like if I go to Rumble, all of our streams were cut off halfway, and upon watching the streams, it's because they all lag us so badly that it literally just dies halfway. It's insane. I didn't know it was that bad. I'm sorry to say random, but the accident was tomorrow. It won't be your fault. So what does that mean? Does that mean it's my fault? What the hell? Okay, let me share screens with you. Let me show you what I'm seeing, okay? So browser, window capture, censor bar. Okay. So this is our Rumble page, right? Transitioning. And right, so this is our Rumble page, right? And you can see that these streams, our streams are typically 2 hours, if not like 2.5 hours. You know, we try to keep it 2 hours. But you can see like in the thumbnails, like the little duration at the bottom right-hand corner of each thumbnail. The white numbers in black boxes. It's like 1.5 hours, 1 hour 47 minutes. This one's like 1 hour 10 minutes. Like the one in the you can't see my mouse, but you know the one in the center row is like 1 hour 9 minutes, and it's I did not know this, but every stream since the one where we began in January this year, none of them have been able to stream to completion on Rumble. They all died halfway. It's like, oh shit. Oh man, I don't know how I didn't catch this. Maybe it's just like slipped my mind whenever I looked at the duration of each stream. But goddamn, it's like they're all incomplete experiences on Rumble. So if there's anyone on Rumble who's wondering why the streams end so abruptly, let alone why the quality of each stream is so bad, I didn't know. It's been like 4 fucking months and I didn't know. But hopefully, the changes I made into the OBS settings help this time. I basically reduced the quality from 1080p to 720p. So hopefully that helps. I swear to God. You should stream with a VTuber. Here's someone who has been on side scrollers. Well, I mean, we'd love to. We'd really love to. I say we, but it's just me today. But, you know, I'm confident that we'd all love to collab with somebody. However, currently, our channel is so small and insignificant. I feel like what are we giving in return for their time and presence, you know? It's like, it kind of feels like we're leeching off of them with our current size. It would be fun. I do look forward to the day, but we want to earn our way into being someone that's worth collaborating with. Am I making sense? Is it imposter syndrome to think that way? I hope not, but the idea is on the table. It is a goal. You're right. A dozen chapters of We Live in an MMO should do it. What does that mean? What is that? What is that going to do with anything? Where did that come from? Time to make the hook want to see the second halves of these videos. Join our Twitch YouTube. That's actually pretty smart. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's pretty smart. It's like a marketing ploy. You want better quality streams? You want the remainder half an hour? You got to subscribe to our Premium Plus on Twitch. Make a model for them? I don't see why not. But, if the PSX/PS1 style is their thing, then why not? But, who knows? Who knows? Sounds like a plan. Subscribe on tier 3 to get the rest of the stream. During the break, you could have a classic, don't forget to follow, join the Discord, etc. That's a good one. Maybe I should put like the socials or like the icons of where we stream. Maybe. I don't want it to be too in your face corporate advertising. Like if we are going to promote anything, I want it to feel natural. So yeah, but I'll take that suggestion in mind. Interesting. Anyway, how's your break? Everybody? How's your toilet break? Your stretches? Hopefully, you had a good stretch. Currently, what we're gonna do is we are going to wait for Amarul to join before we continue to one of the topics that I wanted to talk about today, which is actually related to what we were talking about earlier about the current state of video games. Video games, comics, movies, about how things got so destroyed. And we are now currently in the recovery phase, what seems like. But don't be fooled. These parasites are still out there. I see some sentiment of people going, oh, DEI is gone, woke slop is no longer a thing, we won. No, we did not win. Neither is it gone. It's hiding. They're still there. They just realize that they can't walk around being the parasites that they are without consequences anymore. You gotta don't get too, what's the word for it? Cocky. We have not won yet. Eventually they're gonna stick their head out again. And when they do, never forget what they took from us. Hey, Amarul, how you doing? You live? Uh-oh, it's a spinning circle. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys are hearing the Discord notification sounds. I purposely left them on so that I know Amarul's online so that we don't miss him out like previously. Did you guys hear that? The Discord sounds? Okay, are you here, Amarul?
Yep.
Are you here?
Hello,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay, you're not up
here.
here. I gotta update the what do you call it? The link. Give me a second. Yep.
I'm currently stuck in space.
Yeah, hold on, Space
dark.
Cowboy. I'm coming. Hold on, Space Cowboy. All right, here you go. You should be appearing soon. Hey, how you doing, handsome? First thing you come online and you lean on my shoulder. What's the matter with you, sir?
I'm tired.
welcome. No, it would be justified. On the contrary, the break feels a bit empty, in my opinion. Okay, I'll take note. How you doing, Admiral? How's your week? How's your weekend? Last weekend? How you been?
It's doing alright, actually. I mean, have to prepare for the cyclone tomorrow.
Wait, there's a cyclone in New Zealand? Whoa! He said it so casually. Oh, we're just gonna prepare for a cyclone. Yeah, I can empathize. I mean, I gotta prepare for the earthquake tomorrow too. Goddamn, sucks to be us.
Yeah, I even told my colleague that if it's not really raining tomorrow, I think I'll just hang my clothes tomorrow.
Don't be an idiot, man. It's gonna get wet.
Yeah,
Oh
just hope that it doesn't cut out the electricity and all.
I see. You know what you should do if the cyclone comes tomorrow? Right? Just record yourself in like different clothing.
Play a kite.
Right. It's like record yourself in like 3 or 4 different clothings, and then in the future, if you're ever late, just send one of the many videos you recorded to your boss. It's like, Abel, where are you? Fighting cyclone, man. Just send him a video of tomorrow's cyclone. God damn. You know that there's like a tip for that, right? If your car ever breaks down or you get a flat tire, right?
Yeah.
Take multiple photos of your flat tire in different angles. Make
so it looks like as if it's fall.
Yeah, so so that it looks like they're all taken on different days. And so whenever you're late for work or whenever you just happen to miss your alarm, or maybe you got something you need to do before work and somebody asks you, why are you late? Send them a different photo of the same tire being flat. But because each photo looks like a different photo, they might not assume, hopefully, that it's the same tire on the same day, Maybe grab like a few rocks, throw it next to the tire, and then take another photo or something.
Yeah, that works.
You gotta think smart, man. Not like the person screenshotting his Google search for flat tire and not cropping it. Holy shit. Did that happen? Holy shit. Bro, that's fucked up. Oh my god. Anyway. Yeah. Do you have the chat open, or do you need me to read you what chat says?
No, I do not have the chat open right now.
See. I told you that he
Just
did not care.
Sure why. No, that's not that.
Told you he did not care, Chad.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
Yeah, sure. Go on. What is it you wanted to say?
Nah, I'm just fixing my camera. I'm just not sure why my head is keep on tilting to the right.
You got to reset position on what do you call it? VC face. I'll hide you for a moment. Just stare straight to the camera and then click reset position. Let me know once you're done. It should recalibrate your face to look straight.
Reset, okay, calibrate.
No, not calibrate. Just click reset position. It's I think the second last option, on the right side. Let me know once you're done.
Okay, better.
Very good.
Yeah.
Right.
My neck hurts.
Have you hit it? have you hit it in the options?
I've
okay.
hit it. Yeah.
Okay, good. How's the chiropractor?
Yeah, now I'm looking much more handsome.
Yeah. Ugh. What do I gotta deal? What do I gotta deal with this? God damn you, Michael, for abandoning me today. God damn it.
Oh, poor Mike.
Gotta deal with this DEI hire right here. Speaking of which, we were talking about DEI and what do you call it? Like just woke shit in video games. It's the typical.
Oh, yeah.
We're just complaining, not really complaining, but voicing our gripes with how, shit nowadays has been ruined with all these what do you call it, ideologies and agendas being pushed against our will. You know
Well,
how.
I mean,
Mhm.
that's kind of normal mostly at the Western areas. I mean, right now at my workplace also, we have this tough stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we have, I think next 2 weeks, we have I forgot what's the word called, but like a learning program for staff
Oh
to
my god.
to no 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 well no wait hold on listen.
Oh
It's
my
we
god.
next 2 week, I think, yeah,
Learning.
next 2 weeks we have a like a like an activity for staff to just learn any general stuff, general knowledge.
What the fuck
Like
does that?
no
Okay,
no
okay,
no
go ahead. Yeah,
no wait,
okay.
hold
Finish,
on.
finish, finish,
Learn
finish. I'm sorry. I'm
general
sorry. Yeah,
knowledge like
yeah.
like AI, or learn how to do this, how to do that. That's
Ah.
what I meant by general
Okay,
knowledge.
okay. I thought
But
you okay, okay,
no
okay. Go on.
but
Fucking go on.
but apparently there is a so I mean it's basically just knowledge to learn something extra which is kind of out of your scope, uh,
Okay.
just some academic stuff, you know.
Okay.
And there is one particular course that I saw, which have to do with learning
Oh,
about all this stuff,
oh
gender
no.
stuff.
Oh no. Really? Really?
Yeah,
It's gonna be employee learning.
and
Oh
yeah,
my
and
god.
apparently you get to see how many people join the course.
Oh my god. That's what, non-binary or some shit? Like what, gender
Yeah, all
non-conforming?
those stuff, and
Oh
it's funny
my
that
god.
they allow 30 people in a classroom,
What, the
but so
trans
far only
people?
well, no, as
The T
in
people? What do you mean? Oh, he
as
got
in
muted. Oh, damn. Discord didn't like what you said, son. Oh, they're
they
catching
know.
on. They know. Oh no, stream's about to end, Thunders. We're sorry. It's not. We are not suicidal. We are happy people. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm sorry. What were you saying? The T people. Did you say that? Did you?
No, no, no.
What do you mean
I
by that?
mean, as in each course, there is like a limit number of how many people can join.
Okay,
So some
okay,
of them have
okay.
like 20 people in one classroom. Some people have 30
Ah, that's
classrooms.
what you mean.
So
Okay,
there's
okay,
like available slots.
okay, okay.
Um. So yeah, currently the particular course regarding on the gender,
All right.
they
It's
allow 30
so
people in a
creepy.
classroom. They
Okay,
allow 30 people in that classroom,
okay.
but there's only one person that is joining.
Oh my! Was it you? Is it you?
No, no, no.
Just wanted to be
I just
funny.
saw it's like, oh,
What the fuck? Well, but it just, but if anything, that's just evidence that nobody's interested in this shit.
I
Because
don't know. Maybe it's too
how does?
early at the moment
Well, I guess
because it's
so.
just like two
When
more
is it?
weeks.
When 2 more weeks? Okay, yeah. So, but I don't know, man. What the hell does that got to do with your job?
Nah, it doesn't. I mean, it's just like
General, yeah, exactly. But the point
you're
is,
just learning
why?
something new
Yeah,
to.
gender? Like what? There's two. What more do you need to know? You got a dick? You're a guy. You got a vagina? You're a woman. What else do you gotta know? It's like, what does gender studies gonna do with fucking IT work? Fucking IT work, dude.
Like I said, it's just extra like
Extra, yeah,
curriculum
but
activities, I
what
guess.
does it gotta do with the job? That's my question. It's like everything else
It's
makes sense.
just yeah. I mean, it's
AI.
just like
Yeah.
extra knowledge. Like there are some activities like dancing. They teach you how to dance.
But okay, okay.
That one I find it much more
Recreation,
useful. Yeah,
yeah, dancing,
recreation. Yeah, that's the
recreation,
word.
yeah, recreation. Okay, that's fair. But gender, you're fucking adults. What the fuck's going on? We were just talking about what the fuck, dude. It exists 3 genders: male, female, Boeing AH-64 Apache. You guys remember the joke I identify as a Apache helicopter? You guys remember that one?
Serious?
Yeah, it was an early 2010s joke.
Never heard.
Yeah, and the joke was to make fun of pronouns.
Wow.
It's I identify as an Apache helicopter. You say that today, you get fucking canceled. Right? Because nobody can take a fucking joke no more.
Well, I mean, you there are people that they identify themselves as like animals as well.
Yeah. Fucking what? Oh no.
So I mean, even if you say that you're a Apache,
Yeah.
that I don't think they could say anything much.
Oh, but they do. Because specifically, Apache helicopter was used as a joke to make fun of pronouns back in the day. And because it is used in that sense, you can't use that as your pronouns. That's how
Wow.
fucking stupid the game is. Everyone gets to identify as something, but the moment you identify as an Apache helicopter, you're a fucking bigot. How the fuck does that work?
You
What's
know,
the? Yeah, exactly. And then
we
go on. Yeah, go on.
nah. So Microsoft Teams
Yeah,
is
Microsoft
basically
Teams.
like yeah. So basically, there is an option to identify yourself. You can put
Oh
he, him, or she,
my
or she. Yeah.
god.
So when
Zizer.
when my colleague wasn't looking,
Oh no.
I yeah I put her pronouns as total.
You fucker. Oh my god. You should have put like a caption. I'm still coming out of my shell. Please bear with me. Oh no. How amphibious. Oh, I swear to God. Dude, what the fuck? I don't know, man. That's fucking wild to me, son. That in a workplace for IT, a recreational activity is gender studies, a course on gender. Whoa, obviously that's not propaganda. No, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a forced educational, what do you call it, course
Uh,
for employees. Because you do know that in certain workplaces, if you happen to be accused of misgendering or being a bigot or basically not believing in this nonsense, this woke nonsense, you will be pulled aside and then
I'm not
sent
surprised by
for
that actually.
you'll be sent for what do you call it, LGBTQ training, retrain. It's
Why?
basically fucking propaganda. It's what do you call it, indoctrination. You're forcing people to consume an educational video about your ideology. What the fuck is that? When I heard that, I'm like, fuck, how is that even legal?
It's gonna put you like in a strip jacket and then
Yeah,
you
yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Yeah. No, make it stop. Make it stop. It's just somebody with like a puppy mask on the screen. Welcome, everybody. Reggie Roo. Fuck me, dude. That's scary. That is fucking scary, son. What happened in New Zealand, man? What happened? I swear to God. My God. You know, if I worked in the same office as you, I would have. Funnily enough, I would have signed up. I would have asked you to sign up with me for this gender course just to see what it's about. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll go in, and then we'll play along, and then we'll probably be kicked out because they'll catch on.
What's your pronouns,
What's your
Mr.
pronoun?
Rando?
My name's
I mean
Rando.
Rando.
My name's Rando. My name's Rando. Oh, yeah, Mr. Rando. I'm sorry. Did you just assume my gender? I'm sorry. Did I say that I was a male? Why do you call me Mister? Hmm? I swear to God, is that hello, Rando Zer Apache helicopter? You just get kicked out. Just get kicked out. Fuck, that's scary, dude. Watch yourself, man. That's scary. My God, that's how it starts as optional. Hopefully, it don't escalate to mandatory. God damn, that is scary. All right. Anyway, well, that's enough jokes for DEI for now. Now let's actually talk about DEI. One of the
What?
things, yeah, because one of the things I wanted to talk about today is an article that I bumped into. I watched this individual called Endymion. He's a YouTuber that talks about like the game industry and how basically the current state of video games is what he talks about. And one of the articles that he talked about in his latest videos, one of his most recent videos, whoops, sorry about that, is an article discussing how what a DEI manager actually does in the games industry. And it's so weird because the article is an interview between the author of the article and a DEI manager. And they don't realize that they're revealing how the nugget is made. You know what? How the sausage is made. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're saying the quiet parts out loud. You know what that means?
Okay. So, like, they don't really exactly tell you what they really do. Like, they
Well,
don't tell you the juicy parts.
well, they're telling you what they do without realizing that they're revealing how bad it is what they're doing.
Oh, wow.
You know, because they don't see what they're doing as a bad thing, but as gamers who've seen how DEI destroys video games in narrative, in visual design, in like business decisions, we see how DEI destroys the industry. But these people who perpetuate it in the industry, they don't see themselves as doing that. And so they talk about what they do and how far DEI reaches in the industry without realizing it's showing us how bad it is. You know? So let's go to the article. We'll talk about it real quick. Let's see here. Stream PC. Okay, here we go. You're gone. Okay, there you go. All right, transitioning. Did you see this? Can everybody see this? Can you see this, Amaro?
Yeah.
All right, it just rained. Look in the sky, there's a rainbow. You know what I'm saying? What are you laughing? What's so funny, huh? What are you laughing? We haven't even started yet and you're laughing. What's happening?
No, it's just that.
You fucking bigot.
No.
Ooh, yeah,
I'm just looking at the screen, but
yeah.
my head direction is just looking at you.
Yeah. You know, I was just joking earlier about you being the DEI hire, but you know, looking at you now with your with your melanin and your implied sexual orientation, I'm inclined to believe that I was right. I'm kidding. Why are you looking? Quit looking at me, man. Fuck you. Don't make me kiss you.
I see the screen.
Oh,
right in front
okay.
of me, man.
It's so awkward. Imagine that I'm reading the article. You're fucking breathing down my neck. What's the matter with you, son? All right. Anyway. Stop. Quit looking at me.
I'm looking at the screen, man.
The screen is in front of you. Why are you looking to your left? What's the problem?
Because that's where my screen is located at.
Why is your screen to your left when it's right in front of you? What the fuck? Okay. Anyway. All right. I mean, for inclusivity of characters in video games, you have stupid things like people being offended by Aloy and Horizon having fluff on her cheeks, which is normal. Then you have the stereotypes of inclusivity, like the new Horizon game Hunter's Gathering that looks bad. No, okay. So people didn't like Aloy in Horizon games because she was made uglier, unattractive. Right? That's the problem they have with her. Like maybe you can make the argument that the fuzz on her face was something that was nitpicked, but the problem was with the pattern recognition. For some reason, you just know that decision to have fuzz on her face was intentional when it didn't have to be there. The problem wasn't the fuzz on her face. The problem was the decision surrounding her design. Just not over sexualized. She's not unattractive though, just not over sexualized. Yeah, but she's she's made ugly during a period where every character was being made ugly in video games on purpose. She fit the bill for the pattern recognition. Let me see if I can find a comparison photo here.
Was there any? I was just wonder if
Hmm.
I mean you tend to see lots of female
Hmm.
characters that are not really that great in terms of their appearance.
Hmm.
What about the males? Was there
The,
any males that has a bit of an ugly appearance?
well, the males were always made to be either sexy or people of color that were gay and not masculine, because that fit the fantasy of the people pushing the agenda. You can't have straight, masculine, macho bravo males, you know. But the males were either were if they were macho bravo, it's because they were interested in dick. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Overwatch is a great example for that. You know, the characters that were released, the male characters were either twinks, androgynous looking, or you know just bisexual male, bisexual or gay. What was another one? It's one of the reasons why people are so angry at the hypocrisy. You know, Resident Evil 9. The,
Yeah, it's Resident Evil, but
the latest Resident Evil. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so
oh, the Requiem was it?
the Requiem, yeah,
Yeah,
Requiem. So the hypocrisy surrounding that game was that Leon Kennedy was made specifically to be sexy to women. You know, he
for
was
the female
designed, yeah, for the
audience.
female audience, and you know, go, no, have at it. Make him sexy, make him attractive. That's fine. But the hypocrisy is when the same is done to a female character, that's villainized. One of the
Grace,
more
is it?
sorry, no, not Grace, but one of the more recent examples was Eve from Stellar Blade.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
when she was created before the game released, everybody, well, not everybody, but you know the usual suspects were complaining about how her design is unrealistic, her body proportions are not real, and then it turned out that her body proportions were taken from an actual real life Korean model, and then how she's what do you call it? How her design is from a bygone era. I think that was the term used to describe it. You know, so when men do it to make women sexy, it's misogynistic. But when women do it to men,
it's fine.
it's fine. You know, it's like no, if it's fine for one, it's fine for both. If you're gonna complain about one, complain about the other. Don't be a hypocrite. That's the problem. You know. All right. Hold on. Let me see. I wanted to bring up an example for alloy. Let me go back here just in case. Actually don't want to show you guys something you shouldn't see. Horizon. A lot of people were saying she looks like Nikocado Avocado. I should bring up a picture of him too. He were
What?
okay. Let me show you what I mean. All right. Let me see here. Images, please load. All right. So here's the thing. Okay, let me bring up a picture. Let me bring up a picture of Nikocado Avocado. How do you spell his name? Niko Nikocado Avocado. I believe that's his full name. Give me a second.
Avocado.
Okay, hold on. Give me a moment. I'll show you. I'll show it to you real quick. Don't worry about it. Let me see if I can find the comparison photo. Give me a second, everybody. Okay. No. Okay, I got the images. Give me a second. I'm just loading them separately so we don't have to see anything else. Open image in new tab. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. So this is the character that's currently in discussion in the chat by the Lao. So this character is called Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. You know, the PlayStation exclusive game with the robotic dinosaurs. Can you guess which one is the sequel?
The right.
Yep. Yep. So it's like I said earlier, you can be nitpicky about her having fuzz on her face in the second image. But the main issue is that she was intentionally redesigned to be less attractive. That's the problem. You can tell. You can say they added more plump, more androgynous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like just pattern recognition. She was made. She doesn't have to be sexualized. That's not the issue. The issue isn't that she's not over-sexualized or sexualized. The issue is that she was made uglier, or at the very least, less attractive compared to the first game. And people were comparing when the second game was announced, when it was released, that this was how she was going to look like in the second game. People made comparisons of her to Nikocado Avocado, which is a YouTuber. This guy. The resemblance is uncanny.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Horizon 0 calories. Yeah, that's what people were saying. Yeah.
How much did the game sell?
I don't know. I know based on Sony's expectations, it did bad, but I can't remember the exact numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
okay.
I don't know what the exact number. I'm gonna have to find that later. That's a good question. It's actually a good question. But for now, let's go back to that article that I was talking about earlier. Anyway, so this is one of the more egregious examples of what happens. What happens when you got DEI? Anyway, so this is a article on aftermath.site. Be careful with this website because when I first got here, it warned me of trackers. So the second thing is this is a article by Luke Plunkett. And it reads, the mission is about creating supportive environments and authentic content. What a DEI manager at a AAA video game company actually does. So, some studios are good at their PR presence, but aren't necessarily backing that up with meaningful structural change within their studios. Okay. If you've ever been exposed, we're beginning to read, to the worst corners of the internet, and especially the ones that spend their days failing to enjoy a single thing about video games, you'll probably have seen the disdain some shitheads, from angry YouTubers to the current United States administration have for anyone working anywhere near DEI. So you can already tell this individual is incredibly passionate. All right. So, and he puts this, what do you call it? Description of what DEI means, which is an organizational framework that seeks to promote the fair treatment and full participation of all people, particularly groups who have historically been underrepresented, marginalized, or subject to discrimination based on identity or disability, right? So this is disingenuous here because he's appealing to your, what do you call it? To your sense of empathy. Don't you want this in video games? No. We don't. That's the point. We just want games to be fun. It doesn't need to represent anybody. And if you want games to actually represent anybody naturally, you do so by making good characters for the sake of them being good characters, not for anything else. All right, here we go. Which means you can instantly see why piss baby white men are always so ready to complain about it. It's like totally not biased article on Hobro. God damn. This guy would hate people like me. Between the two of us, which one do you think? Which you think I gotta shut up being his friend, Amaru? I mean, look at us.
don't know, man.
God damn it, son. All right. Anyway. God damn it. But also why video games, an industry traditionally dominated by white men, needs it so badly. So he's saying that the games industry needs DEI because, it's piss baby white men that are always so ready to complain about it, and the same piss baby white men dominate the industry, right? Let's state it right
Hmm.
here. You see, but what he fails to realize is that Asian game developers exist. These are what I'm saying are points made by Endymion. These are not original, right? But these are the counter to this is it's predominantly dominated by white men because in the West, majority of people are, say it with me, white.
Oh yeah, right.
Right. So proportionally, it would make sense that the games industry in a prominently white region of the planet would be prominently dominated, not dominated, but would have a prominent white not population, what do you call it? White proportion of people. What are you talking about? You want the best people for the job. Why do you want to what does this mean? you know? Gotta love how they assume my culture and color of skin. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I'm always curious. If let's say you're
mm-hmm,
Asian, but
mm-hmm,
you're actually white skinned, so
mm-hmm.
would they be confused to
Well,
what to?
that's the fucking. I thank God you brought up that question because that's the fucking ridiculousness of this. They look at you white skin. So long as you look slightly Caucasian, you are white. It doesn't matter if you're Argentinian, if you're European, if you are what do you call it? Uh, shit. What's the word for it? Norwegian. It's like you're from the north. No, as long as you're white, you are a white man. That's it.
I think if I remember, there are some kind of disease that can make your skin white as well.
Oh shit! What was it? I think Vertigo. I think that's the word for it. We talked about it
Mm.
earlier. It's like your skin kind of has like white, like it whitens out or something like that, right? Like the melanin
Hmm.
dies or something. Oh, you're white too. You're white too. According to this guy. All right. Anyway, let's get straight to some of the things that he talked about that I wanted to bring up, which were really is basically the key points that I wanted to discuss. So one of them is this. So he talks to this individual called Elena Cole, and she was I think she still is a DEI manager at Activision, if I'm
Oh.
not wrong. Apparently, he wanted to like hide this person's identity, but unfortunately, he was stupid enough to put her full name here. And if you were to search on LinkedIn, it would connect to somebody
Wow.
with this name that's attached to Activision. What a fucking joke. All right, anyway. So he asks, "Hi, Elena, and thanks for joining us for this. To get us started, can you tell us a bit about your role and what it is you did at the company?" So she says, "I worked at Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. I worked as there's a missing A. I worked as a Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Manager at a AAA company for about 3 years. I managed a small team, and together we directed a holistic range of DEI initiatives spanning, here's the best part, game content, team support, and external initiatives. This is just the beginning. At our largest, we were supporting a studio of approximately 600 developers across 4 countries, from game ideation through to post production support." She just admitted that DEI affects not just game production, but external initiatives, team support, and it expanded to overseas studios with over 600 developers. That's how wide spanning it is. It's not just game production. DEI at its core should be about making space for diversity, ensuring people have equitable access to opportunity and feel included like they can be themselves in the spaces they inhabit. But you can get that through merit. When you hire the best for the job without looking at the color of their skin.
Mm.
Anyway, so he asks, no, this is Luke Plunkett. Okay, so this is the author. Given we often only hear about DEI when it's used in an oppositional context, if you look back over the last 5 years or so, what would you say the overall company culture was like in terms of their relationship to your work? Do you think your efforts had a lot of support internally? All right. She says, this is the DEI manager. She says, we were lucky to receive a lot of internal support, which we witnessed in several ways. Leadership would encourage people to engage with our initiatives. We received financial resources and dedicated time to conduct our work, and we saw very little pushback from employees of any level of seniority. What is the quiet part being said out loud here, Amirul? Do you understand what the quiet part is saying out loud, is being said out loud?
They receive financial resources and dedicated time to conduct our work. We saw very little pushback from employees of any level of seniority.
That's the part.
Yeah.
That means people who were in charge of this industry were not against. They pushed it. They allowed it to come in, to penetrate in. You know what I mean? Early on, we did have to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Early on, we did have to put it in the legwork to ensure we could prove our value to our colleagues, but not in the way that felt particularly specific to DE&I. Ultimately, we were something unfamiliar, and it took time for people to see that we were helpful for them in terms of saving time, encouraging creativity, and supporting well-being. She just admitted that people were not liking this. It was unfamiliar. You know? It took people time to see that we were helpful. People rejected this initially. But with enough support from leadership, everyone complied. My God. You see what I'm saying? It's like they're talking as though they're heroes in this story without realizing that they're revealing to everybody how bad things were.
Well, it feels like they're just like the side characters, I guess. Or maybe the background characters.
The background characters, you know, they're talking as though like the main characters without realizing how fucking stupid they sound. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. All right. Anyway, let's see here. People go. Okay, here we go. So that was over the last few years. Yeah, people were trying to resist that at first, but we fixed that. Exactly this. Yep.
Wow.
Anyway, so over the last few years, but do you think that any of that has changed over the last 12 months or so with, everything else that's been going on? So she says, DEI manager then replies, I think it would be easy to blame all of the challenges in the DE&I field to certain political shifts that have occurred over the last 12 months. Unfortunately, from my own experience as well as my broader research, it's a lot more complicated than that. DEI has an ebb and flow to it in terms of people prioritizing this work, which we have seen over the decades. That's not to say that there aren't ramifications to the political shifts that have occurred in the U.S. over the last 12 months, though, and they have been quite far-reaching, impacting many English-speaking countries outside the U.S., too. The main impact I've seen is that people who are interested in continuing DEI initiatives are required to justify their work a lot more, and it's less likely to be accepted at face value that this work is effective, useful, and morally right. You see the fucking wording, dude. But do you see another part that she just admitted? Right?
Yeah.
It's like you need to, like, you are required to justify that the work is a lot more, what do you call it?
Useful.
You need to justify that your work is useful, but that's a problem. Whoa, really? Whoa, and then morally right. Well, who got to decide that? Who decided that? Oh my God. There are actually some benefits to that. It means DEI practitioners need to do more work to explain what we mean by effectiveness in DEI and find the data that proves certain initiatives work. In other words, they just never had the information, but it was pushed. Now we got to prove our work, and that's a fucking problem. You know? What the fuck? But that's only a benefit if these questions are being asked in good faith, rather than as a way to slow down or rebuff DE&I work. Who? And like, just because you don't feel like it's in good faith when people ask you to justify your initiatives doesn't mean that it's in bad faith. These changes also mean that people and companies need to be genuinely committed to DEI to make change, or else it is suddenly a lot easier for these initiatives to become deprioritized because there is less shareholder expectation and scrutiny. Let me just say that again. These changes also mean people and companies need to be genuinely committed to DEI to make change. You must adopt this. It needs to be forced upon you, or else it is suddenly a lot easier for these initiatives to become deprioritized because there's less shareholder expectation and scrutiny, because it doesn't work. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's why it's not prioritized. My God. However, this doesn't have as much of a negative impact as you might think, as performative companies were already incorrectly prioritizing because they would generally invest in highly visible initiatives over more effective ones. Oh my God. I never heard Rando swearing in his normal videos, and suddenly I heard more than 10 swears within 1 minute. I'm sorry, man. I just get passionate about these kind of things. And I try to be.
It's a family-friendly video, man.
Well, you did get the warning. You did get the warning before. No, it's on Twitch, but on Twitch there's a warning that this is a stream for adults, not for anyone below 18. I'm sorry. I get passionate, and when I get passionate, they kind of slip out, you know. Just saying. Oh my God. Anyway, there was another part of the article. I don't want to read through the whole thing because I don't want to waste everybody's time. But there was a part of the article that was really
to your
egregious.
attention.
It's like, yeah, it caught my attention. I'm not sure what it was, but wow. God damn, dude. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it by just skimming quickly through. No, this is not it. No. Okay. Nope, this is not it. Where was it? In my work, I think the space for DEI and the marginalized group, the common identity markers that we talked about, right? Is this the one? Should be about making space, ensuring people like the opportunity. Okay, no. This was the quote earlier. I can't see. Hold on.
What would you say about biggest misconception about the job?
Where?
LP.
Where?
Yeah. What would you say are some of the biggest misconceptions about the job?
Yeah, but no, there was a part about it that revealed how far it stretched in terms of their DEI, like what parts of the company. What do you mean by company? Do you mean companies? Okay, it might be. I think it might be this one. In my research, I found that some studios are good at their PR presence, social media outputs, diversity websites, and shareholder report language, but aren't necessarily backing that up with meaningful structural change within their studios. I would say performative DEI occurs when a team prioritizes optics over organizational change. She's once again admitting that it doesn't work unless you force it onto people. No, there's a section in this article that she talks about how far DEI reaches within the company, like the different areas that it affects. I can't remember where it was. Historically, DEI was part of the U.S. company legal trouble. Is it this one? Building a scaffold, meaningful project. Hold on. I wasn't sure about making sure employees feel the community workplace was about compliance. Okay, I think this might be the one. It's interesting that you raised the issue of effectiveness there. Is there a way that can be judged or assessed internally? I think so, she says, I think sometimes we can get caught up in the idea of whether DEI programs are effective or not effective, but stakeholders don't always have a meaningful conversation about what they are trying to achieve or want a DEI program to do? How can we determine if DEI programs is effective or not without defining what success looks like? And by that, I don't mean a metrics or KPIs or key performance indexes. I mean that historically, an effective DEI program was one that didn't get a U.S. company in legal trouble after a new civil rights legislation was introduced in the mid-20th century. It wasn't about making sure employees felt like they could meaningfully participate in the workplace. It was about compliance.
Mm.
So DEI is about compliance. Thankfully, this generally isn't the case anymore, but we're building on a scaffold that's no longer applicable and expecting the result to meet success criteria that it wasn't originally designed for. I can't remember where exactly in this article. Maybe it was earlier where she talked about how far it reaches. Maybe it was in the beginning. Maybe I'm misremembering when she mentioned this part here. You know, how it spanned into not just game content, but team support, external initiatives. You know,
I mean, team support is kind of general, even external initiatives.
It could mean HR too. HR.
Yeah.
But HR is a dangerous place for DEI to be in. Because HR is who informs people that they're fired. You know? It's like, bro, it's not just the game development. It's not just the development stage that DEI infects. It's everywhere. All the way up to studios that go up to 600
I mean,
developers.
for me, external initiative, they need to explain more on that, I guess.
You get it cut off. Specify? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, they're being intentionally vague here, probably just to puff themselves up. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, do you not see how dangerous DEI is? How far it reaches? You know? The fact that it got financial support and leadership support, that people actually resisted it in the beginning, but that was eventually resolved through compliance. God, how scary is that? God damn. And so when you're telling me that your company right now is giving everyone a choice to sign up for a gender studies video course, that's I don't know, man. That's a red flag.
I'm not really surprised, actually.
Right, like I said, right now it's optional, and that's okay, I guess. But the next step is when it becomes mandatory. Maybe they want to see who is worth promoting, and so whoever goes to the course gets put on the whitelist on who gets a raise. It's so weird. So weird. So weird. My God. Watch yourself, Alberl. It's a dangerous world out there.
It is.
Yeah. God damn it. But that's my point, right? And, you know, once again, like I was saying earlier to the Sundeers, you know, how coincidental that we were talking about, like, DEI and how it ruined everything. And then we got this article, just essentially a DEI manager admitting to everybody that, yeah, we fucked things up, but it was for the better. You know, it was good for you. Holy shit. Why can't games need to go back to what it was, just being fun products. I would worry more about the Cyclone. I would worry about the Cyclone more, though. No, how dare you? How dare you, Sushi Man? How dare you not worry about people of color and getting them into positions that they don't deserve? How dare you? You fucking bigot. Cyclone might kill Admiral, but you got to understand, that's really bigoted of you to worry about his safety. Then,
well, the Cyclone is killing a brown man. That's
the Cyclone's the Cyclones, yeah. The Cyclone needs to go what do you call it? DEI retraining. How dare you target a person of color? Fuck you. Okay, I guess I'll just disappear then. What the fuck? Holy shit, what's happening? Oh my God, it's so funny. That's so funny. You should totally. Oh my god! If you get caught in the cyclone, Armel, why are you late for work? I don't know, man. How about you ask the bigoted cyclone that's outside? It's targeting me specifically for being a brown man. The fuck? I swear to God. Ah, man. But as I was saying to the chat before you came in, Amrul, what I was saying was I ran into some comments, some posts from people who were saying that, we've won, DEI is over, games are starting to recover, people are making characters sexy
Really?
again, they're using male
Don't
and
think
female.
so.
Exactly. So my point was don't let your guard down. It's not gone. DEI is still alive. It's just hiding.
Mm.
They are still out there. The fact that games still use type A and type B when it comes to selecting your character's gender, it's like it's
Yeah.
there. They're just hiding because it's no longer safe to walk around with their dicks out. They are hiding amongst us, crawling back into the rocks, the crevices, the dark to which they came from. And never let them forget what they took from us. Because eventually they're going to think it's safe to come out again. I've heard enough. Time to fund a $500,000 LGBTQ comic to educate the cyclones. He's like, you get a cyclone, you walk out with the fucking book, you just open the pages and point it to the sky. You see this? You see this? You fucking bigot? And the sky just immediately clears. Ooh, no. in fact, the sky might rebuttal. Hey, why are you being so mean to me? Is it because I'm dark clouds? You fucking bigot. Oh my god. My god. I'm fine with the type A and type B, even better when there is just no gender. That's the problem. You see, the problem with that is that it's a soft indoctrination of the next generation. It's like, why put type A and type B in the first place? Why replace male and female? If there was no problem with male and female, if it didn't matter, if it is so insignificant that it's type A and type B, that it was male and female, why was it changed? Why was it changed? There's no reason to change it. And it's so meaningless to change it because what's the point of calling it type A and type B, but to say that gender, there's no such thing as gender, there's only body types, type A and type B. Okay, if they're both the same, why can I not take off the bra from type B? You showed me a comic.
Type C will look like.
I like manly women and feminine men. Yeah, you're free to like so. Nobody's saying that you can't. But why not just call them women and men? Why not select your man or select your woman and then use the different sliders to create the abomination that you want? You got to respect biology. Calling it type A and type B is soft indoctrination of the next generation. You are creating the modern audience by doing so. It is the first step to submission to the ideology, the denial of sex or gender, male or female. It's like, it doesn't matter.
I would actually wonder sometimes if it's a fetish. Like I like my female to be very big and burly. Then they pick male character.
Yeah,
and then they make it as a female.
Saying it like what? Muscle mommy? Is that what you're saying? I think it's a
maybe.
Yeah, in Japan it's a kink, a muscle mommy, right?
Ah.
Yeah, it's like muscular, big, burly women, right? And that's fine. The problem is, they're still women. They're not men.
Yeah.
They are muscular women. So it's like, why get rid of the distinction between male and female? If there is no distinction, if there's no difference between a male and a female, once again, why can I not remove the bra from type B? You showed me that comic a long time ago, Amrul, didn't you?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Because of Elden Ring.
What about because of Elden Ring?
It was because of Elden Ring putting type A and type B, and then you sent me the comic of the guy saying,
Oh
there,
yeah.
there is no such thing as gender. There's only type A and type B. Okay, if there's no such thing as gender, then can I remove the bra from type B? No, because type B is not male or something like that. What the fuck? Look at the hot type B. He's so fucking yeah, and he's so stupid. Dude, what was that game? Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest, I think was the remake or the re-release, the HD remake or something, where they changed the character selection from male and female. Your hero was male or female before, but they changed it to type A and type B. And so there's no male, there's no female, but when you play the game, your character can't wear certain types of armor because he's not a male or he's not a female. What the fuck? And people were saying, well, how the fuck was I supposed to know that the character was not able to wear this female armor when I was never given the choice to choose between male and female? You know? That's how stupid it's like. That's how stupid it is. Just don't. Just don't. Go back to male and female, man. We got to go back to how things were when they were great. And it does feel like the world is slowly shifting back into that. But it's not because we've won. Don't be naive. We haven't won yet. They are simply retreating for now. My God. While in WoW, I have my middle-aged bear 300-pound daddy dressed like a magical girl. And that's fine. Yeah, exactly. That's fine. It's completely fine to do so. Have at it. Go for it. You know? But you know it's a man dressing up like a magical girl. And that's part of the what? The punchline, the joke, the appeal, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, do what you want. Just don't force the ideology.
Just don't ruin other people.
Yeah, don't ruin everyone else. Yeah, exactly. Don't force the ideology on everyone else. That's all we're saying. Do what you want. But don't tell me that I gotta partake in your arbitrary rules and delusions. You know? Anyway, sorry, Delau, I know you responded to the what do you call it? The alloy picture that I posted earlier. I want to go back to it. I don't want to feel I don't want you to feel like you got ignored while we were having that back and forth. You said the reason it sucked ass was mostly because Alloy never shuts the fuck up and lets you play freely. We should go see that. Maybe we can solve this puzzle like this reason. Yeah. That's another problem with like DEI stuff. So beyond the physical, the visual butchering of character designs, what happened was the coddling of players. You ever heard of the yellow paint, Admiral?
Yeah.
Yeah, the yellow paint.
Guides you to the main story.
To do whatever it is. The character never shuts the fuck up on what you have to do next. The game never fucking stops showing you where to go with the yellow paint. And the reason why this became prominent was because they wanted to include everybody in the gameplay. Of course, the yellow paint journalists are the main reason. Oh, they were a big fucking factor. Absolutely. But it was also because they wanted the games to be inclusive. They wanted everyone to be able to play the game, irregardless of your, what do you call it, ability to figure out what to do next. But by doing so, you water down the experience.
That's true.
You make everything so handholdy that some people feel like their intelligence was being insulted. Like, fuck, I know we're supposed to go there. You don't have to keep saying, maybe we should go there. Maybe we should go there. Maybe we should go there. It's like, shut up. Fucking hell. My God. I think it's more of a. Oh, by the way, one man against the odds. Welcome back. It's been a while. Thank you for joining us again. Glad to see you back. I think it's more of a quadruple A problem. They pay millions for VAs for their big fancy FMVs. FMVs, that sounds familiar. But
FMV.
just they all suck as writers. They all suck as writers. Well, it's a lot of like a lot of the cost comes from like marketing. What do you call it? I think the numbers were, if you wanted to put your game on a billboard, it's like in the millions of dollars. And it's the marketing and the lack of budgeting that inflates the cost of making video games, making them more expensive than they need to be. Like, remember Ubisoft? Assassin's Creed Shadows. Do you guys remember the credits for Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Shadows? Do you know the thing about the Ubisoft Assassin's Creed Shadows credits, Admiral?
I've heard of the game, but not the credits.
Okay, so the credits were infamous for being 2 hours long.
Oh wow!
2 hours long because it had something like what 5,000 developers or something, and then
That's
it got exactly, and it got people asking, why the fuck does a game need 5,000 developers? Why? It doesn't. It's bloat.
I imagine it. I currently imagine that some people were doing halfway, and then they have to ask part timers to do it. Maybe.
No, they're all employees. Well, most of them are employees of Ubisoft. And that was the point. That was the problem. It revealed the bloat in the AAA industry. You have companies hiring way more people than they need to develop video games.
Mhm.
Therefore, giving the game an excuse to be expensive, because what are they going to say? Oh, I got to pay all my employees. I got 5,000 employees. So obviously my game needs to cost $500 million to $1 billion. And because it costs so expensive, my game needs to sell, what, 20 million copies, 30 million copies to break even? And then the industry just fucking collapses because it's unsustainable. It's ridiculous. It's insane. Holy shit. Oh, man, I forgot. We were 2.5 hours into the stream. I'm sorry, everybody. Did anyone run into ads? Did anyone run into ads? Sundeers? It's because you're here, man.
Man, that's good, isn't it? No ads.
No ads. Okay, no ads. Okay, I don't know how it works. Because Twitch not warned me, but Twitch told me that if I wanted to stop people from watching the pre-roll ads, I had to force 3 minutes of ads every 60 minutes. But I'm not sure how often they've been working. But if you aren't getting any ads, it's good to know. On the other hand, yesterday I learned the Invincible animation team was 4 people, including the director. Well, that explains the slightly static animations. But well, if they managed to do it with 4 people, it just proves that you don't need a big studio. We're subs, no ads for us. Because for you, I turn on the ad blocker personally. Oh, we appreciate that, you son of a bitch. We don't get money. I'm kidding, but thank you. No subs. Okay, well, if anyone gets ads at any time during the stream, do let us know. Because I'm not sure how it works. I'm still trying to figure it out. But we're playing as safe as we can. All right? Anyway, that's enough bitching about DEI. Admiral, God damn it. Maybe with you around, maybe if I use you to play the victim card, maybe we can get popular, Admiral.
I'm the lucky charm.
You must support the censor bar, because if you don't, you're a bigot, because there's a person of color over here. How dare you? One Punch Man lurking with jealousy in the background. Okay, the One Punch Man situation was unique. Because it's like a whole bunch of a series of unfortunate events from what I remember. It was a studio that has never done action before, and they were given such, what's the word for it?
High
Terrible
expectations.
terrible schedules that some
Oh,
episodes were done hours before it went live on TV.
oh wow.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a fucking mess. Like they were given like a year or like 6 months to complete the entire series, which is like impossible. Or at least the director said that it was almost impossible. But they tried their best, so please forgive them if it sucks.
Well, they know how to drop people expectations.
Yeah. So that's the thing, Delau. It's not JC Staff that animated season 3. It was another studio that was hired by JC Staff. It was it JC Staff or Map? I think JC Staff. It was another studio that had never done action before. And so it's a mess. It's a fucking mess. I'm not subbed. I didn't see any ads. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for letting us know. Don't you know this person of color is constantly in danger of cyclones? Donate now.
Please.
You fucking the Jacks. What are you doing, the Jacks? Why is this not up here? Hold on, the Jacks. Hold on. Why is it not showing? Okay, there you go. Thank you, the Jacks, for the tier 1 gift sub. You son of a bitch. 287 gift subs. Jesus
Oh wow,
Christ,
that's a
dude.
lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, I know. That's like a handful, bro. Yes, it's a lot. I swear to God. Oh my God. No ads, just my wife arguing with me about the validity of heh and iffy in Scrabble.
Ah, Scrabble. That's a very
Scrabble.
nice old game.
Mm-hmm. Just form the word skibbity and tell her that you won. That's it. Just like rub it in her face. Among Us, you won. God damn it. I was gonna suggest should we play board games, but we don't do games on the streams anymore.
Oh, yeah.
No, we
But it would
don't.
be
We
nice
don't.
to do it once, Well,
No.
maybe on a different kind of occasion, perhaps.
We played Jenga once, and you cheated.
I don't remember that.
I can't remember that either, but I remember we did play Jenga before. I can't remember where.
Did we?
Yeah, oh yeah, it was in my previous home. You know,
Jenga, really?
yeah, a long time ago. It's like before he left for New Zealand.
But how did I cheat?
No, that was a joke. I don't remember you
Oh.
cheating in Jenga. How do you cheat in Jenga? I don't know. You like slap the other guy's hands or something? I don't know. Sabotage. You blow wind at his fingers. I don't know, man. Oh well. Anyway, next week when Michael comes along, I actually wanted to talk about like how bad localization
Life
in
is.
anime is. No, how bad?
I
No,
admit
I mean
that.
life fucking sucks, dude. We're trying, okay, but I want to talk about like the localizers in anime and how they butchered shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I've been
that's kind
I've
of.
been meaning to want to talk to you to Mike and you about it on stream, but Mike's not here today, so
They had been doing that long time since, right? I mean, Crunchyroll did it like a few times, if I
yeah,
remember.
not a few times. They're infamous for ruining subs.
Oh yeah.
And even worse, there's dubs are even worse. My God,
Yeah, dubs is even worse. I miss
yeah,
fan subs.
fan subs are the best. They're the most real. Well, Michael and I had this conversation, I think, last week about subs and dubs. Waiting for you, but you never came. Ugh.
Well, I came now.
Yeah, well, Michael's not here, so we gotta wait. I swear to God. Anyway. On to some good news. Amrul, you are, what do you call it? Familiar with RPG Maker, right?
Hmm.
Have you seen this update? Apparently, RPG Maker has a new Octopath presentation style update.
Oh wow.
Yeah, is it an update or is it a different version? I don't know. But apparently, you can create like 2.5D versions of games now. That's
Oh,
really
that's
cool.
nice.
It's really cool.
I assume that you need to buy the new
I'm guessing
RPG
so.
Maker together. Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, it's nice, but at the same time, also, you're gonna see a lot of people spamming that in Steam page
Oh,
to,
shut up,
to
you!
to, 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 to buy their own game.
Ruining the fucking experience. This is a fucking. I mean, it depends if you can create the bare bones minimum with this new style, or you can create something original. But this is actually pretty cool. If I were to make
It
a game
is.
for We Live in an MMO, I might be using this one.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Actually,
it's a really nice visual representation for JRPGs. I like the
yeah, that's
style.
true.
It's great.
Hmm.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And on to some bad news. Do you know Tsukihime?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, Tsukihime, the Type Moon game.
Ah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
so apparently, Tsukihime, there are original copies of Tsukihime from the floppy disk era.
Oh wow.
You know, and those are going around as collectibles. And
Okay.
not only that, each of them cost like I think in like the tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh wow.
Yeah, for a single copy. I might be mistaken, but they're really expensive. And this guy managed to get himself a copy, but unfortunately, when it arrived at his doorstep, it arrived like this.
Oh wow.
So he says, "My Tsukihime Trial Edition finally arrived. One of only 50 copies in the world." Only to discover that U.S. Customs had removed all the bubble wrap and physically destroyed the floppy disk. We'll file a report, but literally crying right now.
Why
When
on
I
earth do they do that?
when I saw this, my heart fucking sank, dude. Holy shit! Look at this. What a fucking waste.
Yeah.
And people were saying in the comments that this feels malicious because there was you people know, even if you don't know what a floppy disk is, to break it like that and to tear it into pieces is seems intentional.
Yeah. And what's worse is they give it to him back.
They gave it to him like this. How do
Yeah.
you give someone this and think that it's gonna be okay? That this is what it should have arrived like? What the fuck?
Uh,
Yeah, this is
wow.
so. When my heart fucking sank, dude. It fucking sucked. There's like video of this too. Let me see if it just just remove the
Oh well,
audio.
good thing he actually recorded
Yes,
while.
he recorded it while he was opening it. Nowadays, whenever you receive shit from like overseas, usually packages come with like the warning, like record your opening,
Yeah.
so that people cannot say that you destroyed it. Like I myself received a package from eBay like a couple of months ago, when I bought like clothes, and when the
Oh
clothes
yeah.
arrived, the packaging that it arrived in was already open
Wow.
because I think it went through U.S. Customs, and so
Mm,
you see, he opens it. Oh my god, it's so heartbreaking, man.
yeah, man.
He opens it in pieces. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It
It's so
is
hard.
unfortunate, but yeah, I
It's so
just wonder
painful.
how they going to handle this type of thing.
It's so painful to watch. A floppy disk, like an actual floppy disk with an actual Tsukihime demo in it. Oh man. It's so unfortunate. I swear to God, son. That ache that I feel, that is such a letdown. Yeah, holy shit. Like, we didn't buy this ourselves, but knowing that it was only one of 50 copies in the world and it arrived like this, oh my god, that is so unfortunate. It's even got that postcard saying thank you. Oh, it's so
Wow.
unfortunate. So
Yeah, it
unfortunate.
is.
Oh my god. And here's the thing, this is what it looked like before it was shipped by the sender.
Yeah.
right? It's so unfortunate. Oh no, this is no, don't talk. Here we go. This is what it looked like.
Adult only.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Type Moon games were all arrow gaze, right?
Hmm.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so sad. It's so sad. Oh, God damn it, Alvaro. What's wrong with you, man?
What did I do?
Well, you're breaking apart floppy disks. Why? Because it was black? Oh my god. That's such a shame. Treasure your collectibles, everybody. Oh my god. Anyway, let's watch something. Let's end the stream on like a happier note. We're 2.5 hours in. I don't mean to exceed our usual streaming time, but let's watch this one video. I want to watch it with you, Alvaro. You know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Let's wait for Mike. Let's wait for Mike. I think that would
Okay.
be a better experience. I don't want him to miss out on this one. But yeah. Oh, it's Kime.
Alright.
It's Kime. Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, here's another. Here's something. Here's some people to laugh at before we call it a night. Read it out loud
Reddit,
for me.
right. Reddit moderators of Dead or Alive are removing posts that mention fan service. Why? I mean, it is fan service.
Exactly. That's the point. So apparently, this is the comment. Dead or Alive's official Dead or Alive new project wishlist mega threat. What would you like to see implemented in the game? Fan service. Discussions of fan service often require careful review to ensure compliance within our community. Are you fucking kidding me? It's because it's been overrun. Right. So why did you think Dead or Alive fanbase plays the game? Honestly, Reddit is so bad. It's probably this. Can only imagine how those Reddit admins clicking. I swear to God. Oh, Momiji! My God.
Fan service is a man's right.
Yeah, it's because it's Reddit. It's Reddit moderators, son. My God. Ugh.
Wow.
Fucking bane of existence. Reddit moderators. They are exactly what you imagine them to look like. It's not a joke, by the way.
Yeah.
The fan service game. A lot of people are saying that the subreddit for Dead or Alive has been hijacked by like little woke cunts.
Wow.
Yeah, like a lot of places. A lot of subreddits have been overrun, and you can tell by the rainbows in the logos, despite not being June. Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah.
It cannot be helped.
Sundays, would you play a game, a We Live in an MMO game, if it was created in the RPG Maker style, the 2.5D, I believe that's what they call it. It's
I'm
like
familiar with RPG Maker. It,
The R-
it brings me some memories.
yeah, it really does, doesn't it? Maybe one day, yeah, maybe one day we can bring it up. I would love that. Would be fucking funny, but not before we do the other thing first. That'd be fucking funny. Oh man, I'd rather have a We Live in an MMO done with your low poly style. You know what? That's a. You know what? One of the fantasies that I had for We Live in an MMO was to, if I were to ever make it into a video game, I would have made it in the style of Final Fantasy VIII. Low poly, no voice acting, lots of cutscenes, lots of text boxes. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone would have their low poly style, that little back and forth conversation. They'll talk, they'll pause for half a second, they'll look at somebody else, and then they'll continue talking again. It's one of my fantasies. But another one, ever since I saw that update for RPG Maker, another one was, if I can have access to that, given the time and resources, I might just make a game. for we live in an MMO.
Mm.
Legend of Dragoon, yeah. Depends on the RPG design. Wouldn't have really played Expedition 33 if it didn't have the elements of Legend of Dragoon or Mario RPG Dodge Deflect. Yeah. Have you played Expedition 33, Amro?
No, I heard it's quite good though.
Oh, you like it. There's Asian feet.
What?
Apparently, there's a character that floats around barefoot. And so a lot of people started licking their screens. Not that last part, but you know. But yeah. Legend of Dragoon. Holy shit. Yeah, Legend of Dragoon. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Will your Bahamut also have tits? Massive tits. Yeah, absolutely. Massive tits. What say you, Amro? We give Bahamut massive tits. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Couple of mega flares. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh man, better see some pixelated titties. Yeah, you'll see very highly detailed ass shine for some reason. My God. If you put all the points in intelligence, you get big head. Oh yeah, we should probably have that. We should probably have that as like an inside joke if we ever make like a we live in an MMO game. Just like keep pumping. What do you call it? Intelligence, and your head reaches the fucking sky. All summons have to be waifus. I think somebody already made a game like that, right? Where you summon, well, not summon, but Monster Girl Island. I think it's the closest to that.
Oh.
All right. Doesn't say summons. Nintendo will sue. Oh, that's right. Yeah. You could summon waifu girls to fight each other. Can't have that if Nintendo wins the Pal World case. God fucking damn it, yeah.
So you can't use the word summon?
Well, not really. You can't. Well, if Nintendo wins the Pal World lawsuit,
yeah.
They would get the rights to game mechanics. And one of the mechanics that they're trying to patent is the summoning monster or capturing monster from a round object pattern.
Huh.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then another one is riding monsters or creatures as like pets, like a horse or a dragon. Nintendo lost that suit. Pal World won. Really? Is it over? I don't think it's over. I think they're just losing currently, but it's not over yet. Is it over? Don't one guy me. Everyone seems to want to one guy me. Yeah, if Nintendo won, they'd start getting sued by older games with similar mechanics. Can't remember which ones it was. You see, that's the thing. That's what I was mentioning earlier to the chat, Amrul, to the Sanjers. I was saying that if Nintendo wins this lawsuit, it sets a precedent. What's worse than them winning the lawsuit is other companies seeing the lawsuit as a precedent. Now's my chance. I can do something similar too. I'm going to patent this mechanic, that mechanic, that mechanic. And they're going to patent so many fucking mechanics that eventually indies will not be able to create a game ever again without paying heavy royalties or if not getting heavily sued by AAA. That's what I mean by the AAA industry knows that the crash is coming, but they're too arrogant to stop it from happening, too arrogant and greedy to stop it from happening, knowing that they are the ones causing it, and they see the indie scene as the competition. But rather than compete with the indie scene to create a better product, they are going to probably try and destroy the indie scene altogether. You expect me to make a better product? Fuck you. None of us gets to make anything now. It's so fucking stupid.
It is.
It really is. It really is. So they're either trying to buy out the indie studios or they're trying to outright stop indie studios from developing in the first place. That's the way I see it, based on the actions that are currently being taken. They're not going to let indies win by any means necessary. The Nintendo lawsuit is the first, and hopefully it does not fall. Hopefully that domino does not fall, and in fact falls in the opposite direction. Basically, Pal World wins, and the AAA industry realizes that they can't sue the fuck out of indie developers. Yeah. Their patents don't hold water. Patents were rejected in Japan, therefore the lawsuit was weak shit. Yeah, but it's not over yet. Right? They're not going to stop fighting until their last breath, until the verdict comes out and says that Nintendo is wrong, Pal World wins. Nintendo isn't going to stop trying. And the game, I guarantee you, the games industry is watching this lawsuit very closely. Very, very closely. They are hoping Nintendo wins. It's my assumption. God damn it. What a fucking shame. Well, what happened, man? You just like rubbed one out or something on stream? Dude. Man, look, just because you're protected by DEI doesn't mean you get to do jack shit on this. Whoa, don't touch me with your dirty little hands. What's the matter with you?
No, my cat was disturbing me.
Your cat knows what's up. Your cat's a bigot. Swear to God. All right. Anyway. Let's call it a stream. I think we've been online for long. 2.5 hours. Sorry, we kind of stayed on longer than we should have. I'm sorry, everybody. Are we still live on Rumble? Let me just check real quick whether we're still live on Rumble, because just now we realized that Rumble always shuts down our streams because it can't handle. Yeah, because apparently it's too much for Rumble to stream. What do you call it? Consistently. It starts, it lags, and then eventually it dies out. And apparently that's been happening for every stream we've ever had starting out.
Is there even people watching at Rumble? If not, there's no point in streaming at Rumble then.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Don't. I'm sorry for being ambitious and wanting our brand to stretch as far as possible. But it's also to ensure that, because, once again, Abril, we do discuss topics that are considered taboo. And not only that, we say slurs on this channel. That means that eventually, should we get big enough, or should somebody have enough gripes with us and digs through our previous streams, they could probably complain and take us down, because YouTube and Twitch is fucking gay. Being run by faggots who can't differentiate between a joke and actual racism. And actual bigotry. And more importantly, what's the word for it? Twitch and YouTube doesn't like us talking about how there's only two genders and whatnot. We're playing a losing game here, so by spreading our streams in as many places as we can, it's kind of like safety nets,
Yeah, it's true.
Fortunately. All right, anyway, we're going to call it a stream, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Sorry for dragging this out longer than it needed to be, but we thank you for sharing your time with us. We hope you had a good time. We hope you enjoyed Amrul's presence. They're shaking their heads. They're saying no. I'm sorry. I know. They don't really. Yeah, they're saying boo. Oh my God. Anyway. Yeah, let's call it a stream. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the sub, the Jex earlier. I don't know why it did not appear on the widget. I had to manually pull it out, but thank you nonetheless for your generosity. Yeah. Have a good week ahead. Have a good weekend ahead. We'll see you in the next stream, everybody. For now, ending.
All right.
It's not over yet.
Oh,
Don't have like a hot mic moment. Shining in.
Shining in.
Yeah, today you are in the spotlight. Congratulations, Shining
Shining
in.
in.
Yeah.
Sounds very familiar.
Oh, I can't believe you said that live, son. She was
So-
out.
No, yeah, she was with us like since quite long time
Since the
ago, I
beginning.
think.
Since the beginning.
Yeah.
And not only that, she was also our moderator while we had one.
Atomic Owl, was it? I think that was her. Well, whatever.
No, I can't believe you said that on stream too. God damn it. She was not Atomic Owl. Oh. Is she here? I hope she's not here because that's gotta fucking sting. This fucking DEI hire comes on stream, misremembers who she was and her contributions. Well, you know, what do you expect from a DEI? Oh my god, you fucking meritless son of a bitch. I'm kidding. Alright, anyway. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. See you next week. Have a good week ahead. Sorry for being a little long-winded, but hopefully I wasn't too confusing.